Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson of learning Kurdish language with me, Camo. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about verb to do in Kurdish, so it's our first lesson that we are getting into Kurdish verbs. Well, I suggest you to stay till the end of the video because I'm not just explaining about the Kurdish verb to do, I'm also going to explain some aspects of Kurdish morphology, and I will also give you a very basic information about verbs in Kurdish. Well, not in next lesson because in 12th lesson I'm preparing something about music. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about verbs in next lesson, but after the lesson 12 I'm going to explain about Kurdish verbs. Okay. I'm going to make a tutorial about Kurdish verbs because these, Kurdish verbs is a little bit annoying, Kurdish grammar. So that's why I believe we have to get into tenses and verbs and etc. and conjugations. Okay, verb to do in Kurdish is very important verb because with verb to do you can create many verbs and it's very important verb in Kurdish. And you will know that in a minute. Well, basically, verb to do in Kurdish is krdn. Okay, krdn. In Persian, it's all verb to do in Persian is krdn. So it's a little bit close, but in Kurdish we pronounce it as krdn. Krdn means to do. Okay, to do something, to do. Krdn, and this is the base of the verb. Why it's base? Why it's infinitive? How do we know it's base or infinitive? Just because of n at the end. Okay. In Kurdish verbs in their infinitive form, which are called chawg, so we call it chawg. Basically, chawg means base, okay? Chawg means base, okay? So their base have five, okay, there are five ending in Kurdish. There are chawgi alfi, means those bases which end in a and n, and those bases which end in d and n, W and N, T and N, and E and Y, not Y, but E and N. So in Kurdish there are five endings for each verb, okay? Krdn is D1, okay? D Krdn. And for example, you say sutan. Basically, sutan means to burn. Danan means to put. Well, sometimes danan can mean other things. For example, you say I wrote this book. Basically, you say I directed this book, or I put this book. So basically, this danan can also mean something else, not just to put. Okay, but mainly it means to put. D and N, krdn. Krdn means to do. Brdin means to take. If you see, they end in D and N, din. Okay, and these ones end in an. Okay. Okay, then we have wn or wun. For example, boon. Boon is verb to be. Probably in next lessons I will talk about verb to be in Kurdish. Chun means to go. Okay, we have other verbs for to go as well. Tin, for example, is as in the verb shtin, means to wash. Wutin means to say. There's a problem here. Come on. Okay. Kautin means to fall. Then we have E and N. We have krin, okay, means to buy. Freen means to fly. Okay. So yeah, that's all just a basic information about Kurdish verbs. But let me write them down in Kurdish as well for those people who wants to learn Kurdish script as well. Krdn is written like this. Okay. Let's come here. Sutan, it's to woo. Okay, woo. Sutan, sutan. This woo is a long one. Okay, sutan. Danan, danan. This one is written like that. Danan. Okay. As I said, I wrote Krdn for you. So brdin is like this. Okay. Boon is like this. Boon in Persian is budan. Anyway, chun is like that. Okay, it's also a strong woo. Chun. Okay, chun. Oh God, Anyway, okay, so it's like that. Okay, shtin, it's written like this in Kurdish script. Shtin. Yeah, the shua in Kurdish is when you write in Arabic script in Kurdish, shua is missing. You don't write it down. So that's why in Kurdish we call it bzroka. Bzroka means something which is hidden. Wutin is written like this. In Kurdish, you never write double wu, okay, at the beginning. It's always one. Okay, wutin. Kotin, it's like that. Then we have Karin, Karin, and we have Frin, means to fly. Okay, that's enough. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. Next slide. Okay, I made a mistake. Anyway, conjugation. Well, in Kurdish, it's kind of similar to how can you say? It's kind of similar to French. You have to conjugate the verb according to the pronoun, so it must be agree with the pronoun, okay? And we have different endings and different affixes according to different tenses, okay? Basically, if I in every Kurdish verb they end in d and n, and if I erase the n or n sound at the end, it will be past, okay? It will be past, and there is no exception. But there is another exception, because in Kurdish verbs we have to erase the n for the past, but at some tenses we have to erase the base ending. For example, dnn, ann, we have to erase it, and sometimes we have exceptionals in irregular verbs. Then we will talk about them in future lessons. Anyway, Krdn, if I erase this n, it will be kird, okay? It will be kird, and kird means did. So verb to do is Krdn, and did is kird. So basically, if I want to make past for sutan, which means to burn, I will say suta. I will erase the n. If I say danan, I would say dana. Okay, dana means put, but past. Okay, birt means took. Okay, so this is how Kurdish verbs, how you make past in Kurdish. But anyway, we are not talking about Kurdish tenses now. Anyway, min krdin means I did. To krdit means you did. O kirdi means he or she or it did. Ema krdman means we did. Ewa kirtan means you did, but plural. Awan kirdian means they did. Anyway, these are Kurdish pronouns, subject pronouns, and if you don't know about Kurdish subject pronouns, I think it's lesson 3. Let me check. Actually, in lesson not 1, I'm sorry, in lesson 2, I talked about subject pronouns. So if you don't know anything about them, please go and check them out, okay? I will put a link in the description for lesson 2, which I talk about Kurdish subject pronouns. So these blue ones you have to know from the second lesson. These red ones, these are the endings we added, okay? Okay, m, man, t, tan, yi, yang. We call it linking pronouns. This is how we call it, these endings. We call it linking pronouns. And this linking pronouns, min krdin means I did. And actually, we don't need this min. If I say krdin, means I did. So it's in our hand if we can omit the subject pronoun, or we cannot omit it. So it's the same. Min krdin or krdin. Krdin, we use both. Like sometimes I use subject pronoun and then the verb. But if you use subject pronouns, you must use the ending. And if you don't use subject pronoun, but there must be the ending. So this ending, it's kind of similar to verb to be. Okay, it's kind of similar to verb to be. Emma Krdman. Okay, so how do you remember this? How do you memorize this ending? When I was in school, this is how I memorized it: m, man, t, tan, y, yan. Okay, this way is easier. So من كردم means I did. To krdit, you did. And if I change it to another verb, okay, let's say suta. Okay, sutan means to burn, and if I put the n away, it will be suta, so means burnt. So if I say I burnt, I say من sutam, to sutait. At that time we have to add et, because at the end we have vowel. Anyway, I will talk about that in next lessons. Osuta, osuta. Okay, at that time we don't need ye at the end. Okay, it's a little bit different because each ending, sometimes there are exceptions to them. For example, if it's a vowel at the end, we don't need to add this ye. Okay, if we have at the end. Anyway, Emma Sutain, at that time you have to use a different linking pronouns because we have three groups of these endings. Okay, we have three groups of this ending. Oh my god, why did I pick up this? Anyway, let's use bird. Okay, birdin. I will talk about Sutan and other rules and other groups in future lessons. Anyway, birdin means to take. Okay, it also can mean to steal, but it means to take. Okay, so من بردم to birdit أو birdie إما birdman أو birdtan أو أن birdyan. Okay, it's just like French. You say je parle, tu parles, il elle parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il elle parle. You know, this kind of conjugation. We finished this slide, but before I go to another slide, let me write them in Kurdish. Okay, so من كردم, it will be like this: من كردم. If I say Emma Krdman, I would say Emma Krdman. You write it like this in Kurdish script. Do Krdit, Do Krdit. Ewa Kirtan, Ewa Kirtan. Actually, Ewa Kirditan. Okay, this is how the way it's written. You have to pronounce it like this: Ewa Kirditan. But because it's a little bit not nice, okay, you are not satisfied when you say it. So you should say Ewa Kirtan, Kirtan, Kirtan. So you kind of kirtan, you kind of omit d, okay? Ewa kirtan, kirditan. Actually, you have to say kirditan, but the Kurdish people don't speak that way. So you have to say kirtan, kirdan, kirtan. Sometimes some people pronounce this, some people pronounce that. But in Slemani accent, I would say ewa kirtan, 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 kirtan. Au kirdi, au kirdi. Actually, I just can say kirdi. In all of these conjugated phrases, you can omit the blue ones. Okay, awan kirdian, awan kirdian. Okay, so now let's go to another slide and let me introduce another concept of Kurdish verbs. The verb krdin can be combined with nouns or affixes in order, I made a spelling mistake, okay, in order to make new verbs, okay? So basically, we can add krdin to phrases or nouns and adjectives to create verbs of those nouns or adjectives. So that's why krdin is a very important, okay, is a very important verb in Kurdish, because you can create other words and other verbs with it, okay? For example, yari by itself means game, okay, means game. But when you put it with krdin, it will be yari krdin. And basically yari krdin, actually you have to, it's better to write them separately. Yari krdin means to play, okay, means to play. But you cannot use it for music. In music we use another one. We don't say من موسيقى ياري أكم. No, you cannot say that. In next lesson, when I explain about music, I will give you the word for to play, but for music. This ياري كردن is only when you play, you know, for example, like playing football or doing some activities, okay? You say ياري كردن means to play. درست, okay, درست actually means right. Something is right, not wrong, okay? Plus kırdin, it will be درست kırdin. And درست kırdin basically means to create, okay? It means to create or to do. It also can mean to do, to create, but actually it means to create. And when you say God created human or God created man, you say خدا مروی درست کرد. Okay, at that time it's past, so I put in away. Okay, so basically, yeah, kar. Okay, kar means work, and it also can mean verb. Kar. Kar means work, plus kırdin, it will be kar kırdins, means to work, okay? Oh, sorry, it means to work. Kar kırdin. Then we have sama. Sama means to dance, okay? Sorry, sama means dance. But if I say sama kırdins means to dance. Sama kırdin means to dance. So sama kırdin. Actually, in Arabic, sama means sky. So it's not Arabic word. Sama is Kurdish word. Means to dance. Sama means dance or dancing. It's a noun. But if I say sama kırdin, it's a verb at that time. Anyway, let me choose another color. Maybe blue here. Okay, and let me write the meaning of the verbs. So we have to play. Oh, come on. Okay, to play, to create. Okay, and we have to work, and today's Workers' Day, and to dance. Okay, so to create, to work, not to work. Okay, not to work, to work, and to dance. So basically, not to work, to work. It's a pun. Anyway, let's go to Kurdish morphology. I'm not going so deep. I'm not going to explain everything about Kurdish morphology, but I'm going to give you some important, just an idea, okay? Some important points, some idea about Kurdish morphology, and you will learn some phrases. So how cool is that? So let's see. Basically, saz, it's kind of a homophone because we have two words for saz. Saz as a noun, when it's a noun, like we say saz as a noun, means a traditional music instrument. There's a Kurdish traditional music instrument which is called saz. It has 3 strings. Each strings is doubled, so it's just like how this guy is playing, and this is saz. It's also common in Iran and Turkey. They also play it there as well. I don't know the name of saz in Turkish, but in Arabic they say buzuq, ahlatul buzuq. But in Kurdish we say saz, and this is saz. Many people play it, they like it, and I think it's nice. So I may put some videos, some link in the description that some people play saz. I cannot play it. I can play guitar and piano, but I don't know. I have never played saz before, but I would like to learn it in future. Anyway, so as a noun, it means saz. It's a Kurdish traditional instrument. Then we have, but as a morpheme, no, sorry, not a morpheme. As a affix, because it can be suffix, okay? It can be suffix. As a suffix, it means it is a bound base. Basically, what are the bound bases? In English, there are some bound bases that they look like inflectional suffixes, and they are, for example, you say photography. Photography, actually, it's combination of photo and graphy. Both of them are bound bases, and usually bound bases in English are borrowed from either Greek language or Latin. Okay, for example, we see biography. So it's a word from bio and graphy and graph. Basically, bio means life, and graph, I'm not really sure, but I think something is written, some written thing. So biography means biography, okay, life, writing about your own life or writing about someone's life. Pathology, basically path means disease, and logy means study. So pathology is study of disease. So these are bound bases. In Kurdish, saz can be a bound base, okay, but at that time it doesn't mean this music instrument. For example, saz can also be a suffix, or more correctly, can be a bound base. Okay, so I put this dash so that means a word can come before it. When it is a bound base, it attaches to the nouns to create nouns that are performer. For example, dan means teeth. Okay, sorry, it means tooth. That means tooth or teeth. So when I plus it, or when I put saz on it, it will be dansaz. Dansaz means dentist, or more correctly, a guy who prepares, or a guy who creates, or a guy who makes teeth or tooth. Then bina saz, okay? Actually, bina sazi means architecture, okay? Bina sazi means architecture. But if I say bina saz, okay, without the z at the end, bina saz, actually bina means building. There is another word for building, but we cannot combine it with saz. We have balakhana. Balakhana also means building, a building, but bina is also means a building. But bina plus saz, it will be bina saz, and bina saz means architecturist. Okay, but if we say engineer or architectures, there is another common word. We say andazyar. If you remember from our last lessons when we talked about andaza or geometry, andaza means geometry, and andazyar, okay, means engineer or architecturist. So anyway, architecturist is binasas or andazyar. In Kurdish, we also use an Arabic word for it, which is muhandis. Muhandis. Actually, I think it's muhandis, okay? But in Kurdish, we say muhandis. Anyway, so muhandis. Then kar plus sas plus e means karsa. Okay, so karsazi karan. Actually, it's a phrase, I think, okay? It's a phrase used in traditional songs or poems used to refer to God. Karsazi karan. Karsaz means someone who do work, who do thing. Karsazi means working to do something. Karsazi karan. Karan means it's a plural of kar or work. So karsazi karan means okay, basically karsazi karan means it's a term refers to God in traditional Kurdish songs. It's not really used, but just in a case if you are reading poetry or something like that. So basically, let me see. Oh my God. Let me see Karsazi Karan. Let's search about it, because at that time I saw, yeah. So basically, this poem is by Hajar Mukiryani. He's a famous Kurdish poet. Karsazi Karan. He used it in his poem. Let me see. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. شكرم بكردت کارسازی کاران ای آگاداری دڵی بیماران. So basically, کارسازی کاران is referred to God. Okay, it's a term in Kurdish. We use it for God. Okay. Yes. Anyway, it's just for your information. You don't usually use that, but if you use it with a Kurdish guy and explain its meaning and give an example, they will be astonished. Anyway, we still have some stuff about saz. Okay. Saz, if we combined it with verb, saz krdn means to create or to make or to prepare. So it has different names according to different sentences. For example, if I say Khuda mrovi saz kird, means God created human. Okay, mrov means human. So Khuda mrovi saz kird means God created human. But there is a more stronger word for to create is Do Krdn, as I talked about it here. So it's better, or it's more nicer if you say Khuda mrovi drust kird, not saz kird. But saz kird, if you have an academic paragraph, you are writing a novel, or if you are writing a paragraph or an essay for some reason, and you need to talk about this topic a lot, so you have Do Krdn. So why should you use Do Krdn a lot in your paragraph? So at that time, if you have 3 to create, you can use saz krdn, saz kird, you can use Do Krdn, you can use wadihena. Okay, so there are other verbs to create you can use. There are many synonyms. Khotum bo saz bikir. They're in Kurdish. Okay, it's a little bit plus 18 sentence. Khotum bo saz means prepare yourself to me, and it doesn't have a good meaning. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's also used in Kurdish folklore and used in Kurdish poetry sometimes, and it's used in Kurdish band. Band actually, it's a type of song and music. I call it Kurdish rap. So yeah, but it's also here it means to prepare. Okay, saz kird, it also can mean to make. For example, I kekekim saz kird means I made a cake. But again, at that time, it's better to use Do Krdn. But it's synonyms, so you can use them. It's not really sound unnatural, so you can use it. Sazdan means it's a noun, and actually it means to be prepared or preparing. Okay, something like that. Sazbun is adjective. For example, min sazdabim means I will be ready. Here it's kind of adjective. Okay, kind of adjective. Then we have sazan. Actually, if you are following the Kurdish news in Kurdish, you may hear it a lot. Actually, in past few months ago, I heard it a lot on political news. Basically, sazan means to be suitable, or to be suited, not suitable, or when two sides make peace. Okay, so when two, for example, as I said in Kurdish, for example, this sentence, I usually heard it in Kurdish TV. لأن كان پێویستە لەگەڵ یەکدا بسازێن. Actually, بسازێن, it's this, but the tense is a little bit different. So لأن كان پێویستە means the sides, or actually the parties, must, پێویستە, or it's necessary, لەگەڵ, with, یەکدا, with each other, بسازێن, must be suitable with each other, or must make peace with each other. Well, basically, sazan means to be suited to two sides, makes peace, etc. Means something like that. So basically, I finished. This is our lesson for today. Our next lesson is going to be about music, but it's not really just about music. I'm going to talk about music instruments. I'm going to talk about other stuff as well, and the verbs that you can use it with, playing music, and etc. And actually, I engaged, it was not engaged, okay, I don't mean, I engaged in a conversation with one of my viewers in the comments, and she asked me about a phrase about how can you say a song in Kurdish, how can you say a beautiful song in Kurdish. So I'm going to explain, okay, I'm going to explain that in detail in my next video, and I hope I can finish my next video fast. I'm very busy, but I can make some time, of course. So I hope you have a nice time, and please learn well. And if you want help, just let me know. Ron Burgundy. I'm joking. I'm Kamaraz, and if you want any help, just let me know. So bye bye everyone.